We are continuing with the comedic romance novel, Charming After 5. Chapter 6. Quinn enters the kitchen and is obviously mad. She has been trying to get her twin to wake up for about an hour. Finn finally makes her appearance in the kitchen and goes straight to the coffee pot. Quinn throws a barrage of words and orders at her twin that early in the morning. She can hardly take it all in. We need to talk. You have to fill in for me again this morning. We can switch after lunch if you want me to, but I have something I need to do first. I'll get a cab, so you'll have plenty enough time to get ready. Finn barely understands half of the commands, but comprehends that she has to wake up because she is needed. Could you have given me less of a notice? She yawns. Quinn throws out some more commands. I was going to talk to you last night, but you didn't return my call and didn't come home until late. So that would be all on you. Your fault. I was busy. No, you knew why I was calling and didn't want to talk to me. So now you have to scramble to get ready and rush off to work. You know the deal, Quinn reminds her. Wake up, pay attention. I have to fill you in on this new guy. We've got our hands full with this one. Can you give me 15 minutes and I'm all yours? Finn reluctantly heads to the bathroom. Quinn paces impatiently as she waits. She keeps checking the time and responding to odd text. Finn returns, fixes her breakfast, sits at the table, and prepares herself to listen to her sister's instructions for the day. Quinn smirks. For starters, this guy is not going to be easy as the last ones to get rid of. He's more arrogant and he's confident. I can just tell that about him. He thinks he'll only need one assistant. Just wait until he spends some time with little Miss Babes. Oh, I think Stacy is really sweet, Finn defends the assistant. Oh, I agree. She is so sweet and so naive and so not good at her job. And that helps my purpose. Quinn goes on to explain. I need you to keep a close eye on this Mr. Walters. We're adjusting our MO for this one. Instead of giving him some files and then causing delays, he's going to get nothing at all. I have given instructions to the 9th floor to hold up all work. But since they aren't as competent as I would like them to be, I'm going to need you to be there early this morning, and you need to get those reports first to ensure that they don't get them over to him. Finn points out the obvious. What makes you think he'll figure out where to go and get the work? It's only his second day. Well, I'm telling you, this one is different. I don't trust him. Just get there early. We'll switch at the usual place after lunch. And with that, Quinn leaves. Finn is not looking forward to that morning. Usually she is only required to go straight to Quinn's office and stay there until they either switch places at lunch or goes home for the day. She's always afraid she will mess things up for her sister if she's given a task to do of any sort, although being stuck in that office all day is no picnic either. She occasionally walks around the office and interacts with some of the employees even. It's a risk, but she has been trading places with her twin sister for so long she doubts they have ever caught on. Plus she feels she owes them some kindness for having to endure her sister every day, 5 days a week. She's conflicted. Is my art worth all of this? She has asked herself that many times, but then she quickly answers out loud, yes, how could I even question that? As she contemplates yet again why her sister needs so many days off recently, she realizes that she has been in thought way too long, and when she sees the time, she knows that there is no way she will arrive at work early this day. It will be a miracle if she makes it anywhere close to being on time. Stacy enters Jonathan's office holding a tall stack of files. She has to look around them to see where she's going and where to place them on his desk. Sheepishly, she smiles at her boss. He looks up, but doesn't have a chance to ask. Stacy has also balanced a latte on the top of that stack. She hands it over to Jonathan. He smiles, takes it, and starts out the door. She wants to say something, but he says, "Hold that thought, I'll be right back." Quinn isn't in her office, so he leaves it on her desk with a little post-it note. He knows it's generic and kind of lame, but as Stacy pointed out, buttering up the boss is never a bad idea. He smiles and heads back to his office. As he re-enters, he sees Stacy leaning on the stack of files. She's been anxiously waiting for his return. "So how did it go with her?" "She wasn't even there, so I just left it on her desk with a little note that said good morning, and I signed it and added a smiley face." Stacy hopes that the gesture doesn't backfire on her new supervisor. She can see that he's waiting for her to say something. "Okay, so I know you are probably wondering about all these files?" Jonathan admits, "Yes, I am." "Well, I've been to the 9th floor and I have secured some actual accounting work for you today." "Really?" John's kind of skeptical, though. Both her arms go up in victory, but only halfway. "Yay!" Stacy isn't too sure he's okay with all that work coming in on him at once. "So how did you—" "I just did it. See?" She points to the stack, still unsure of his reaction. "Very good, Babs. Let me get this straight. If you had not gone up to the 9th floor and asked for the work, we would still be sitting here idly passing the time for who knows how long?" "I figure, yeah. Now, if she asked, you could just blame it on me." Jonathan's very curious. "First, tell me how you got them." "Well, I said my little prayer first, and then I took a deep breath, and I went right in there, and I asked why we hadn't received any work since the new accounting supervisor had started yesterday. They alleged some nonsense about Miss Herald saying that you had orientation all this week, and she wants you to wait until next week to get started on work from them. I told them that meeting and orientation must have changed because we had no knowledge of it, and you don't want to waste any time or money just sitting around there and risk making Miss Herald angry. They called to confirm it with her, but she wasn't in her office, so they gave me the files. I imagine she will not be too happy when she gets in and finds that out, but let's get started. We have to get a system going, and you need to be trained. What better way than with actual material we can work on? Nothing hypothetical. If you hadn't gotten these files, I probably would have died of boredom before she had a chance to fire me at this position." Stacy laughs and he smiles. He figures a lot of unfinished work must have piled up since the last accountant either quit or was fired. Jonathan states, "Hey, one other thing. I was just looking through the computer and I don't see the accounting program." "The what, sir?" "The corporation's computer program. At my interview, HR said you have your own customized software, but I don't see the program on the computer. I'm surprised that there are so many paper files. This is old school. Usually a company of this size has transferred most everything to digital by now." Jonathan is stumped by that fact. The other accounting supervisors never figured out what was going on, so they never even asked about it. We would get some files, but then only delays from that point on, so we never made any real progress. Jonathan can barely believe what he's hearing. No wonder 3 months is their maximum time allotted. They were receiving paychecks and not even turning in any reports. It sounds to me like none of them even tried, and if they had, she already had it set in motion for any progress to be halted. Stacy recalls, "You're right on all counts. That's what happened." "Accounting pun, really?" Stacy just grins. "Now how do we get the program to accompany this mess?" He points to the stack of files. Stacy's at a loss. "No other accountant ever mentioned it, and I'm sure Miss Herald has given word to IT not to install it on your computer. I'll just bet." Jonathan all but screams. This is an accounting floor. Someone has to have access. What does everyone else out there do all day? By my calculations, roughly figuring 3 months per the last 4 accounting supervisors that have been fired or quit equals a year with no actual work being accomplished on this floor. Surely corporate is not happy and should have stepped in by now. I'm surprised Miss Herald still has her job. The phone rings and Stacy answers. Jonathan Walters' office, may I help you? Stacy is silent on her end, but Jonathan can tell that something interesting is being said on the other end. Okay, thanks for calling me. I'll see you at lunch and I'll bring the money. Stacy hangs up and looks at Jonathan. That was Darla. Miss Herald came in late, and that's why she wasn't there when you took the latte to her or when the 9th floor called her. Darla said she apologized for being late and gave her some caramel candy. So, Caramel Quinn has made her appearance. Jonathan asked, what was the reference to the money about? Our bets, remember? Lauren Reynolds won the pool. We didn't win, but that means we'll have a good day around here, though. So it is a win-win. Jonathan stands up. He sits back down again, but stands up again and clears his throat. He's nervous. These files need to be ordered alphabetically by client name. You can start there. I seem to need a drink. You got this, right? Simple enough? Sure, go get that drink. You look parched. You're all red-faced and flushed and all. And she giggles, understanding why. Thanks. Well then, carry on, Babs. Jonathan stammers as he opens the door to walk out of his office and down the hall. You might want to take some of these with you, though. Stacy hands him a file folder. At least act like you're going to the copy machine or something. Good thinking, Babs. Sure, I'll do that. Jonathan thinks Stacy is proving herself to be very competent after all. Be back shortly. Then he's out the door. And Jonathan's on a mission. He walks straight toward the copy machine, which is conveniently located a few feet across from her glass-walled office. As he slowly passes by, he can only detect a woman's shadowy figure since the blinds are closed. But he does hear music and even singing in there. The Do Not Disturb sign hangs on the doorknob, though. He wishes she would make an appearance soon. Jonathan stands at the copier and repeatedly makes copies of the pages he has not even read yet. He stands there nervously fidgeting. Co-workers stop what they're doing and begin to stare at him. He smiles. I need a lot of copies of these to review. One nosy girl sneers at him. Hey, why are you at this machine and not your assistant doing it? Another employee asks the obvious. Yeah, you're the new accounting supervisor, right? And you have an assistant. She's occupied. I got her on something else. Jonathan realized he has overstayed his welcome at the machine. He excuses himself. Miss Babs is definitely doing this next time. It's brutal out here with these people. He chuckles, but no one else thinks it's the least bit funny. They act as if they are minding their own business, but cell phones are now clicking away frantically. He shakes his head, realizing the gossip about the new guy will make it down the long hall before he does. Jonathan walks as slowly as possible past Quinn's office once again. He tries to get another look at her. He hears music and singing that can be heard inside, and he's clearly disappointed that he's missed an opportunity. As Jonathan re-enters his office, Stacy is knee-deep in files, literally. One stack tumbles to the floor. She sorts the files from there. Jonathan stands over her. Is it more comfortable for you to do it that way? No, I just can't stop sorting. I'm on a roll. It will all come together in just a little while. Okay, then, continue on. Did you see her? She's different, right? She has a completely different mood and an actual smile. It's all so odd, right? Stacy is excited to hear Jonathan's reaction to the nice Miss Herald. No, I didn't get to see her. I saw her shadow, though, and only through the blinds that were closed. I heard music playing. What's with the sign on her door? She likes to be alone a lot on these days. not as interactive as the rest of the month. But for the most part, she's just in there singing, and sometimes she'll actually come around and be very friendly. Very approachable, you know? Just depends. We're really okay with her staying in her office. Either way. Jonathan stares at Stacy and then sits on the floor beside her as he picks up files to help sort. He just keeps staring at her. She looks down at her blouse, checks her buttons. What, is something wrong? I'm just wondering, are you seeing anyone, Babs? Wait, that did not come out the way I meant it. What I meant to say is, are you open to going on a blind date with a friend of mine? That's what I meant to say. No, I'm not dating anyone. A blind date. What's he like? Jonathan laughs. Bernie's my best friend. I've known him since grade school. He's a really great guy. I think you would like him. Well, Stacy acts like she's wondering. I'll pray about that and let you know. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. You pray about that. Stacy doesn't move, and Jonathan realizes she has another question pursed on her lips. What is it? Well, what if I decide to go out with him, but I don't really like him? Will that jeopardize my position as your assistant? Would you hate me? Stacy, don't be silly. Why don't you do as you said and pray about it, and then you let me know? Sure, I can do that. So, are you from a pretty religious family? Jonathan inquires. Stacy assures him, well, I wouldn't say that. It's just that I know where my help comes from, you know, and I need a lot of help with a lot of things. Jonathan studies the young woman. He holds up the stack of paperwork. She smiles and nods and then shrugs. I believe you, Stacy Babes. I can only pray that you catch on to this stuff real quick. Good. We'll both be praying about it then. I like that. Stacy turns back to the stack of files on the floor. Suddenly, this job situation doesn't seem so hopeless anymore. Jonathan smiles at her. He and Stacy continue to sort through files. Occasionally, he peers out through the glass wall, wishing that Carmel Quinn would make an appearance. We'll stop right here with the romance novel, Charming After 5, and we'll pick it up again in Chapter 7.